Who are you choosing to be? And by that I mean, who are you when you're alone? No friends around you talking. No family hyping you up, telling you that you're the golden child. Who are you choosing to be? What do you think of yourself as? What are your negatives? What are your positives? Where do you want to be? So you have to ask yourself all these questions because you'll never know where you are or you'll never know where you're going if you don't know where you are. So who are you choosing to be? See, let me explain a word to you. The word is cynicism. What cynicism is basically those little opinions people dish out to you, unsolicited. They see maybe a piece of your life, or an achievement you've done, or a mistake you've experienced, and they label you. But only you know who you are. Only you can decide what your bad parts and what your good parts are. So when you look into the mirror and you not only see you, you see the child version of you, the person you've been through all this time deciding for as you grow up. And when y'all are alone and y'all are talking to each other, what do you say to that child? Do you say, "Hey, I chose to be a loser today. I know you had dreams because, all kids go through dreams. All kids have imaginations, right? But I chose to do nothing about mine. And even better, I chose to surround myself around really negative people, because I myself has turned into a negative person. So I have to be around people like me." That's not who you thought we would be, right? Yeah. And see, when I'm alone, I feel you nagging at me. I feel you beating at me, inner child. I feel you talking to me. I feel you saying, "Hey, I wanna go pro. I wanna go pro at this." And the first thing I do is shut you down. I do. I never even ask myself why I do it. That's just the way I've grown up. That's just the type of person that I've chosen to be. See, inner child, life has been hard, It's been hard for especially me. See, I chose to be negative and I chose to never achieve any dream, even though I've had all the time in the world till right now and now and now. But that's exactly who I chose to be. But I'm never going to say that I chose to be that person, because I don't deserve that accountability. I can't cope with that, But I'm glad we're having this conversation now so we can, lay it out on the table that you had all these dreams and I claim I don't have any of these dreams, but you still live inside of me. We still beat the same heartbeat. So I know sometimes I ignore you, and I hope you go away, and I hope I'm this person apart from you who can go around life pretending that I'm okay, because that's the person I chose to be. You see, family, your inner child is your most authentic self, regardless if you like it or not. It's going to be there every single day, knocking and knocking and knocking until you answer. And if you don't answer, that's okay, but just know you're 100% betraying yourself. Before anybody else can, you will be the first to betray yourself. Back to the word cynicism, though. Cynicism, those little opinions that people give you after seeing a piece of your life, and they decide that you are negative. I haven't seen the things you've been through, but you're selfish. I haven't been there your entire life, but you're self-absorbed. You never give. You're this, you're that, and that, and that. But you never talk to your inner child, so you have no connection with yourself, with your most authentic self. And if you do, that's great. But I'm talking to the people who do not. Don't get me wrong, I'm not attacking you. For I'm here, sitting down in this chair today to give you the truth. The truth that not many people like to hear. I know, I live that life. I tell people the truth and they attack me. They project on me. But that's okay because I can deal with that. And I'm here to tell you the truth because I don't know you. But I'm choosing to show up for you when you don't show up for yourself. Back to that inner child though. See, regardless if you like it or not, that authentic self will keep knocking and knocking, like I said. So one day you choose to kick that door down. You can kick that door down and that child will never knock again. Trust me. You finally shut down your inner child with so much rage and anger, and you kill that purity, that curiosity, that imagination, and it'll go away. I promise you it will. Well, or you can open the door for a second when it's quiet, when all of the cynic people or the negative people aren't there, or the positive people aren't keeping you afloat when you're not keeping yourself afloat. You can open that door for just a second and you can ask, hey, we haven't talked in a while. We haven't. But, for example, remember that dream we had about going pro in soccer? I'm a little older now, so I don't know how long it'll take, but what if I show up for you? What would that do for me? What would showing up for my most authentic self do for me? Now here's where we get to choose. Choose who we become. If you do not like who you are right now, the second right after that, you can choose. You can choose what to do about that. Remember, in life, you have a choice in everything. But back to the story. What would I do if I decided to choose my most authentic self? What would that do for me? Well, the only thing your authentic self can say is, if I show up fully for myself, if you show up fully for me, then we would love ourselves so much. We would live the dream life that we've always wanted. We would be in that reality that we chose. We would be so aligned that nobody could ever tell us no. That there would be no wall that we couldn't break through. That there would be no goal that we couldn't reach. Because the impossible isn't here. Nothing is impossible. Trust me. I've shown up for my inner child, and I'm saying this because I can vouch. I can vouch. I know where I was at a year ago, and I know where I'm at now. That's the most beautiful part, is that I changed. I allowed myself to change. One day I sat down and I said, I don't like where I'm at. I don't like it. So I heard that door knocking one night. So I looked at my inner child, my most authentic self, my biggest dreams, and I said, hey, I think I'm ready. There's no way around. I've tried it. I've tried doing it. I've tried going under. I've tried being around people who did not associate with my most authentic self because I don't even know her. We don't talk. So I try to go sideways, I try to be people who I thought were perfect, who I thought was above my most authentic self, didn't work because I had no relationship with myself. I didn't know who I was. So I went the other way. I went over. I went inwards. I went backwards. I went forwards. This is the only choice I have left. So, inner child, what do you want to do? My inner child looked at me and she said, I want to help people and get nothing in return. I might live in La La Land, but I feel like that would make me feel good. That sounds fun to me. So I said, okay, how do we do that? Well, you have this mic and you can just get on YouTube and talk. Okay. What else? I'll consider that. I'll consider it. What else? I also really like making music. I love singing. Remember when we were in church and we would just sing and dance around and it would make you feel like you were flying and floating in the air like a fairy? I really like doing that. So I said, okay. You're right. I can't believe I forgot about that. Through all the things that I've lived in life, I went right back to my childhood self. That was all I had to do. And so I did it. I made a song. I didn't post it anywhere. Not yet. I made the song. I connected it to the beats. I produced everything on my phone. And I was done. I put it on the speaker at full blast. And I listened to it and I danced and I danced and I danced because I had no negative opinions of others around me to say, nah, this isn't good enough. And remember, I gave my inner child the chance to fly. And so here I am dancing, and now I'm crying. Because that connection to myself felt so raw. It was almost perfect. It was everything I needed. Until this day, I make songs because they make me happy. And all that matters in life is choosing the version of yourself that makes you happy. Please take it from me. And that's all, family. Take care of yourself.